A 1 versus 5 clutch in professional Counter-Strike is an extreme rarity and pretty much almost never happens. So how was Floppy able to win 2 of them at this Dreamhack event within the span of 24 hours? It's a very interesting discussion, I believe, because there's just so many things that go into winning one of these 1v5 clutches. You know, how much of it was the player hitting nice shots and performing well? How much of it was the enemy team making too many mistakes and just giving up the round? You know, or is it a little bit of both? And I wanted to look at these 2 rounds where Floppy wins these 1 versus 5 clutches just to sort of get a feel for, you know, which one was it? Was it Floppy playing really well? Was it the other teams making a mistake? That's what we're going to be looking at today. So getting into the actual clutch itself, he's going to pop a flash over short, push through the Molotov, kill Mirror through the smoke, get a double spray down on Magix and SDY. He's going to take an engagement here with I Disbalance, in which I Disbalance misses his op shot, and then Floppy is able to aggress towards the bomb site. Now at this point in time, Team Spirit have a timer of 30 seconds to get onto the site and either kill Floppy or get the bomb down. However, Floppy is going to take that kill onto Chopper, leaving it in a 1v1 with I Disbalance. I Disbalance at this point only has 20 seconds to get onto the bomb site and either get the kill or plant the bomb, so he's forced to advance onto the site at this point. Floppy's going to take advantage of that and creep up on towards the site and take out I Disbalance. So we're going to be looking at how much of this clutch was Floppy doing well, how much of this clutch was Team Spirit making mistakes. Well, that's what we're going to take a look at right here from the perspective of each Team Spirit player. First up, we have Mir, who makes his way onto the bomb site. It looks like he's one of the entry players, although he can't really find Mezzy behind the box. He will get aggressive and get this kill onto Esatag. But the second he gets this kill, Floppy is immediately there to trade. I wouldn't call this a mistake on Mir's part because he really didn't have any way of falling back after getting that kill, so he gets a free pass. Next up we have Magix and SDY, and this is something that I have a real problem with. Magix does a good job of getting this kill onto Woxic, but you'll notice once SDY comes up to swing and fight Floppy, he's actually blocking the vision of Magix. This is something that is referred to as spacing. You want to give space between yourself and your teammates so that you don't line up like this. And this is really the only true mistake I think happens in the round. It's because of this that Floppy is able to get a double spray down and puts this into a 1 versus 2 scenario. Next up we have Chopper, who's the lurk player, just sort of making sure that nobody flanks, but because of his teammates all dying, he has to come up short and actually take a fight with Floppy. He doesn't see him on the site, so he's going to throw a Molotov to clear him out, which I like. However, I'm not sure if this flash is necessary. It's because he stops to throw the flash that Floppy is able to get into this off angle and get this kill, forcing it into a 1v1 with I Disbalance. Because I Disbalance was tagged down to 20 HP at the beginning of the round, he stayed towards Plat and Pit and played for the long range fights, which is a smart thing to do as an opper. But unfortunately, he was placed in this really difficult scenario where he's forced up to go to the site with 20 seconds left. Clearing all these corners, he just gets caught off guard by Floppy, and that's the end of the round right there. Even though some of the Team Spirit players made some mistakes, overall, I think Floppy definitely earned this clutch through smart play and good aim, so I don't think we need to take much away from him here. This was a very well played clutch from Floppy. So let's take this same analytical approach to this pistol round 1v5 against mousesports. First off, he's going to catch Kerrigan, who's looking for the ramp flank, and he's going to get that kill, putting it in a 1 versus 4. Next, he's going to take contact with BMS from top of hut, in which he takes a couple shots and then realizes that this is probably some sort of bait, and then he takes out Rops, who peeks him, putting it in a 1v3. Next, he's going to look to his left and take out BMS. Then Frozen, putting it in a 1 versus 1 with Chris J, in which he first fakes to defuse to try to get the info on where they are. He initially thinks that Chris J is Heaven, but after hearing a shot, he knows that he's Hut, and then tries to stick the defuse in the smoke, just hoping he wins the round, in which he does, and then proceeds to kill Chris J as well. So just like before, we're going to go through the POV of each mousesports player and see if any of them made a crucial mistake that allowed Floppy to win this round. First up, we have Kerrigan, who's just holding for the lobby flank, and Floppy catches him off guard and just wins the aim duel. Not really a mistake, just holding for the flank and losing an aim duel. Next POV. Next up, we have Rops, who's running an on-the-fly bait setup with BMS. BMS is top of hut, taking contact with Floppy in the door, and then Rops is going to peek. However, Floppy doesn't fall for this bait, and he just cleans up Rops with a really nice shot. I like the idea, but it just didn't work. Floppy didn't fall for it, and he had a really nice shot, but not a mistake by any means. So after Rops dies, BMS tries to establish another bait setup from Tetris, with Frozen playing hut. And this is the correct way to play this, however, they both just get deleted. Floppy is unstoppable right now. The last player alive ends up being Chris J, who initially decided to go outside to flank at the beginning of the afterplane, which in hindsight seems like a dumb idea, but it makes sense in theory, because if Floppy decides to save a kit, or maybe armor, you could potentially catch him off guard to prevent him from saving that. But at the end of the day, sometimes these sort of things happen, and I wouldn't really say that this is a mistake from Chris J. I think it's just unfortunate that the rest of his team lost a 4 versus 1, and he really wasn't in a position to close out the round. Overall, I would say that Floppy definitely earned these 1v5 clutches through really skilled aim and smart decision making, and I look forward to seeing what he can do on this new Cloud9 roster going into 2021. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe and join my Discord, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.